What's good, viewers and potential viewers or listeners, however you view or listen to this podcast. Welcome back to 220 Takes. As always, I'm Connor.
I'm Chris.
I'm Evan.
And, we got the week 4 recap going into the week 5 predictions. I know we had that kind of mishap last week of how the weeks were all sorted out.
Mm-hmm.
To start off today, if you guys are watching, obviously if you're listening, you can't see the video. But if you're watching the video, we have some new additions to the table up here.
Yes.
Last week, we had the J.J. Watt. Oh, in the previous episodes, we had the J.J. Watt thing, which we have gotten acquired legally from Culver's. I would like to throw that out there.
I didn't think we were going to say where we got it from.
I thought we were just
going
to leave it at J.J. Watt.
Well, we got it from Culver's. However we got it or not, that's up in the air. And then we have some new additions. We got me and Chris over the weekend went to the ISU game.
Yeah, they played North Dakota State.
Yeah,
for the homecoming game.
It looked a lot like the Bears in past years. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I should have figured that they were gonna.
What did the final score end up being?
I believe the final score was 42-10.
Yeah,
if I had to guess. I would like to preface this by saying me and Chris left early.
Yeah.
We knew that by like the third drive, we knew this was not going to be a close game. So
Coaching?
Yeah.
Do we want it? No, I won't bring it up.
We won't bring that up now.
Yeah, just some questionable decisions.
But there, Chris picked up the brand new Distill Brewery Redbird Ale.
Yeah, shout out Distill. For this being my first ale, it's probably my favorite.
It was all right. I'm not a big beer guy.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Huh?
Distill?
Or is it still? I think it's Distill.
Okay.
I'm not a big beer guy, but it was all right. All right.
I give it a 5 out of 10.
I would give it around there as well.
Better than Guinness.
Better than Guinness, always.
Also at the game, I picked up this little souvenir Redbirds cup over there.
Yeah.
We got this bad boy from Pub 2.
Shout out Pub 2.
It was homecoming weekend.
Pub 2 episode coming soon.
So yeah, for sure. And we're going to try this a bit later, but we got the Kevin Durant Prime.
Yeah.
We tried that Dude Perfect body armor last week.
Dude Perfect didn't reach out to us.
Yeah.
So.
But if you still can.
Yeah. But we switched to Prime.
And if you guys can see, we got a little candle going. We're setting the mood this episode. We're setting the mood.
Yeah,
I brought this candle last year. It's still cooking. The Scooby Snack candle smells like sugar cookies.
It's probably one of the best candles.
I wish you guys could smell this.
You could probably say that it's 220 Takes After Dark.
220 Takes After Dark.
Ooh.
220 Takes After Dark. I like that.
that too.
We'll jump in to how we jumped in last week.
Mm-hmm.
The flag football game.
Yep.
coming off a win.
Yeah.
We went into this game hyped. We were coming off a win. We were like, let's go.
Yeah, we felt.
And then we fell short, and we lost.
And there's different reasons for why that happened. We had a couple injuries, a couple of miscommunications, but yeah, it just wasn't our best
all
game.
around. I just think that other team was better.
Yeah, I mean, when you cheat.
We won't get into all that.
Sorry.
You don't want to talk about it?
Cut my mic off.
Talk about what?
How they cheated?
I mean, you don't know who's fine
because a guy didn't wear his flags during the play.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I did throw a pick six, but the guy wasn't wearing a flag, so it was a bit confusing.
Right. And
we had a bit of an argument with the refs while the clock was still rolling, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy they let that time off.
Anyways, but then they kind of had a BS call later in the game.
While
the game was already over.
It weirdly evened out, but it didn't feel like it.
I threw a touchdown pass and ran for a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it's true.
And I tried to bomb one down the field to Connor, and it got intercepted.
Yeah. It was a bad ball.
It was
a bad ball.
Yeah. It was on the run. It was as good as it could have been from like the.
I just wish that my wide receiver would have fought for the ball a little more. You always you preach about that in practice.
He got up there for it. He got up there.
I tried, man. I tried my best.
All
around it was a. All I'm going to say is we're on to next week.
On to
the next week.
Yeah, for sure. Are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the injury.
That's you. That's all you, man. You're the one that got it.
Well, you guys saw it happen, so
yeah,
Chris didn't even know it was me after the game.
Yeah. It all happened too fast. I was more worried about the ref calling a personal foul on our own teammates running into each other.
Yeah.
Connor, from your perspective, give me the rundown of what you saw.
So I was on the sideline when it happened.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
You guys both were on the sideline.
I did know that, unlike Chris, I did know that it was our two teammates running into each other.
Yeah, I thought it was another one of our teammates. I didn't know, but yeah, keep going.
Then they were on the ground for a little bit. I didn't know exactly what happened. I didn't know it was anything head related.
Do you want me to explain
Well,
like
hold on.
what? Okay.
Then I heard the ref call unnecessary roughness, and I was like,
He did?
Yeah, he did.
Not on you guys.
No,
But I
Oh.
thought it was on you guys.
That's
so
what
I was
I
like,
thought, too.
unnecessary roughness. It was like
that's why
they
I
hit.
started.
It was too.
I guess I
They're on the same
probably
team.
missed that.
Yeah,
Yeah. But then I saw Evan kind of got up pretty quickly. So
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but then you know.
yeah.
Do you want me to go from my perspective?
Yeah,
sure.
let's.
You're
just-
the one that got
That
injured,
might
so.
be easier.
So I think it was a quarterback run, maybe.
No, it was definitely a throw.
Okay, so
definitely
maybe
a
like a
throw.
little. It was a
A
shorter,
screen, yeah.
like screen
It was
pass.
like a crosser, I thought.
Yeah, and I'm standing on one side of the field. I'm pretty sure Luke was standing on the other side of the field. Shout out Luke. We hope you're having
Yeah,
a
we
good recovery.
seriously hope you feel better.
And I saw the guy coming across the field towards me, and as one would,
Mhm.
I went to pull his flag, and I'm running a pretty decent
Yeah.
speed, and I just remember like Luke came out of nowhere, like just someone. I mean, I didn't know it was Luke right away, but he came out of nowhere, and we just both like smacked heads, and I was like, yeah, it hurt, but like I got up. His shoulder went into my neck. That hurt too, like just like my neck felt bruised. But then like I got up and he was still like on the ground. Like the minute like he seemed like
Out of it.
just like out of it
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
moment that it happened. And then I helped him up. What's crazy is I was the one that helped him up.
Right. I mean, you
How
kinda
does
got
that happen?
that
Bad
adrenaline.
teammates. The
Yeah,
bad.
we were on the sideline.
Oh,
We have.
well, you know what they say. Like, I wasn't sure what we were dealing with. If it's a head injury, you don't want
Yeah.
to jump in right away.
Yeah.
That's the PE education.
Yeah. I
major
did take
talking.
a couple anatomy classes, but yeah.
So yeah, I helped him
In
up
Oakland.
and
That's whatever.
come over to the sideline, and he's immediately like,
Yeah.
I can't play anymore.
I could tell.
And he was so out of it. I was like, I think I can go back in. So then I went back in and I played the rest of the game.
Mhm.
We come back after the game. Luke is he's already got a mark. Like Luke got hit like under like on his cheek, and I got hit on my forehead, and he already had a mark on his face. So then later he ended up going to the hospital, and I think he had a pretty good concussion. But
Yeah.
I got back home, took a shower, thought I was fine, started to sit on the couch, and then all of a sudden I just couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
Like I just started not be able to see anything. But I am feeling a lot better now, and I think
Which
it was
is
just
good.
I think I had a minor concussion. But prayers up to Luke.
Yeah. Once again, prayers up to Luke. Shout out you.
Seriously, yeah.
Hopefully you feel better.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're
And
praying.
that's that. Hopefully I'll be
Mhm.
back for the game on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In lighter news,
Yes.
me and Chris went to the movies this weekend.
Yes, we did.
Transformers 1.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is valid.
I would say valid as well. I think we gave it. What did we give it? Like a 7?
I gave
out
it
of
like a
10?
9 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I like Transformers, but I'm not that big into it. I thought it wasn't confusing at all, and I thought it was just a nice watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you guys need something to watch, Transformers 1.
True.
Evan, I know we have a bit of a decently sized agenda today. We might have some new
Okay.
stuff to talk about.
Yep.
Let's jump right in. What do we got?
Okay.
Next up we got League Hopping.
League
so
Hopping.
We're
there's
hopping
a little new
leagues.
segment.
New
We're going
segment.
to talk about
Okay.
some stuff that's going on outside of the NFL.
Yeah.
We are going to be talking about that, during the football season, but after the football season's done, we are going to get into other
Yeah.
sports. So we kind of want to talk about some other stuff while we can right in the beginning, and then we'll hop into all the NFL stuff. We're actually staying with football to start off. What did you guys think about the Bama-Georgia game? Because that was a highly anticipated
That
game.
was worth the hype.
Two juggernauts.
As of right now, I know we've got some pretty good games coming up in the future. Tennessee, Bama.
Yeah.
As of right now, I'm gonna say game of the year so
Game
far.
of the year.
Yeah.
I would probably
Like honestly,
say, yeah.
even like including NFL games, I think this has been the best
Would
football
you
game we've
say-
seen.
Okay, yeah, that's basically what
far.
I was going to say.
Milroe looks great.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I wouldn't say NFL ready
No.
yet, but I mean he's great. Carson Beck.
Ugh.
Well, he started off not doing too good, but then
No.
the comeback started to happen. He started cooking in the fourth quarter. A guy that's can't even vote yet
Wow.
is going off in these college football games. It's crazy. A 17-year-old man, Ryan Williams, sold me and Chris's bet.
Yeah, we decided to put in a little bet for a first-time touchdown for Ryan Williams. He did score at the end.
Last touchdown.
I feel like someone can't sell a first touchdown bet though.
Well, the team scored. We had the right team.
Right team, different guy. But shout out to him.
Yeah.
He's doing
Didn't
things.
he get a touchdown though?
Yeah,
He did. He got the last, probably the game-winning one, right?
Yeah, it was the game-winning one.
Yeah,
with the
crazy spin.
Spin hezzy move. Like, oh my gosh. Like, and
Who's doing that?
me and a couple of my friends were talking, like, this is like I wouldn't say the best era of college football, but there is some crazy athletes out right now. Like, there's that freshman wide receiver at Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith.
Yep.
He's crazy. This Ryan Williams guy.
Boise State's running back.
He kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
What was that crazy catch that Ryan Williams had? It was the other, not the spin move one, but there was another.
He had it was like a tip drill.
Yeah.
He got tipped up like 4 times and then he came down.
Yeah.
It's just this.
It's fun to watch.
I usually in the past years have never been a big college football guy.
Ooh.
But with the game coming back out. And just the big games that we've had so far this year, I think it's kind of drawn me back in, and I like that because being able to watch the sort of future of the NFL before kind of they're in the NFL, it's just fun to watch.
Yeah, and it's cool to see position players getting more hyped than quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the Heisman now, you start to see odds shift a lot more.
Yeah.
Like even Travis Hunter, guys that aren't just playing the quarter position. It's just cool to see. It's just different.
Okay.
Okay.
You got any takes on that on the game?
On the Bama game?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched till like the third quarter. My head was hurting, so I stayed go to bed.
That's fair.
But when I woke up in the morning, I did see that they did basically come. They did have the lead.
Yeah.
Georgia had the lead at one point, and then they had that pass with the crazy spin move to Ryan Williams. So. Not a whole lot. Georgia did not look good in the beginning. I thought it was just going to be Bama, but it did end up being an interesting game. And I agree with you. Like college football has been really fun to watch this year. And my team's not doing so well. Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They just lost to USC, and it actually was a pretty good game. They were beating them for most of the game, and they basically just lost it at the end. I don't know. They haven't been good for 3 to 4 years now. So
yeah, and not so much in the NFL, but in college football, there's just room for so many more surprises.
Yeah.
Like when NIU upset Notre Dame.
Yeah, I feel like
shout out Cannon Whittle.
Yes, shout out Cannon Whittle. I just feel like no game's ever set. No game's ever finished. I feel like there's a lot more worth fighting for.
100%.
Because every game pretty much matters.
And in college, there's a lot more. In terms of how good players are, there's a lot bigger of a gap there.
That's true.
For sure. So you can definitely see who's the best, and there's a lot of crazy plays that happen because of that too.
I agree with that. I like that take.
Who is your favorite team, Connor?
I don't.
You not have one?
I don't have because, like I said, I wasn't really big on.
Yeah,
I know Chris's is Kansas State.
So I don't really have I'm not really a fan of any team.
Okay.
So I guess Illinois State.
You got an Illinois State, Kansas State, and Wisconsin fan from college.
I do.
I mean, I'm not gonna go out here and say, I'm a Bama fan.
I actually do because of Mitch being a Michigan fan. I usually do root for Michigan.
I would say Oregon. I like their jerseys.
I do like Oregon too.
So
I was a big fan because of the jerseys as well.
Yeah.
How could you not be?
Yeah. Also, I mean, just surprising teams as well because Miami is playing. This Cam Ward guy is playing really good and so nonchalant out there. Florida State, not shout out. I know somebody that works with the athletes on Florida State. Shout out her.
Really.
But yeah, that team's not been playing good. I mean, DJ Ugalele.
As soon as he went to Clemson,
just put the fries in the bag, bro.
Yeah. As someone,
you're cooked.
Is that a good Halloween costume?
What?
Frat
No. No. We're getting the Hawk. We're getting the Hawk to a hat.
Do you want to move on to the next sport?
Yeah,
we'll jump on. That was our kind of college football spiel.
Yep.
We'll maybe talk more about it if the games are starting to look better.
So next we're gonna switch over to MLB.
Yep.
the Mets and the Braves played today, and Connor is more of our baseball guy, so he's going to talk about kind of, some maybe playoff implications, maybe spots in the playoffs with the doubleheader.
You want to talk about playoff implications,
man?
This game had it.
Really?
So today was the last day of MLB, the regular season.
Okay.
These were the last 2 games that needed to be played. A doubleheader between the Mets and the Braves.
They went 1-1.
Yes. And if you talk about playoff implications, I mean, this game, there were so many different ways that it could have panned out. If the Braves had won both games, the Braves and the Diamondbacks would have made the playoffs.
Oh.
If the Mets had won both games, the Mets and the Diamondbacks would have made the playoffs.
Okay, what happened?
But today with the split, the Mets and the Braves both won one. Diamondbacks out. And the Mets and the Braves both got a playoff spot.
So do you think they did that on purpose?
I would say no, because I mean they are division rivals. You don't want to let your division rival
That's
in.
like, remember the Chargers-Raiders game?
People were kind of comparing that to this. Yeah.
That's what
you don't want to let your division rival into the playoffs. So I wouldn't say that this game that they kind of met beforehand and were like, let's both let's split the series and we'll both make the playoffs and say F the Diamondbacks. But I think that this was legit. I do think this was legit. Yeah. Just good baseball.
All right.
And you can't hate that.
The first game. It was Mets 8 and Braves 7.
Yes, the first game was really close. Actually, the Braves were winning. Yeah, the Braves were winning 7-6. Top 9. Top of the 9th inning. Francisco Lindor hits a 2-run homer.
That's
also,
crazy.
Shout out Frank the Tank. You get to see the Mets go into the playoffs.
True.
No meltdown today from him, which is good.
That's true.
If Big Cat wants to come on the show, he can.
Yeah, Big Cat, Frank the Tank. If you guys want to come on the show,
anyone.
We might need to get a bigger chair, but
unfortunately, I don't know how far the Mets will go in the postseason.
Okay. Who's your favorite right now?
My favorite. I mean, just off the top of your head, there's just so many powerhouses.
Come on now, man.
Just spitball.
Like if I'm being for real, like the Yankees and Dodgers, probably that's the World Series.
Okay.
Which is a boring pick because those are the 2 best teams, probably. A little sleeper, I could see the Orioles. That team can hit. Adley's really good. Jackson Holliday's been kind of but Gunnar Henderson's been, and the team's got some decent pitching. I know Evan's a Brewers fan. He wants to see how I feel about them.
I want their first World Series.
I don't think that's especially with Yelich getting hurt. I don't know if that's
Willie Adames
viable.
Been the best player this year, though.
Yeah. I mean, Yelich was raking this year, though, and that's such a tough injury. That's such a tough injury for them.
Is he out?
He's not coming back. I don't think.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't think that is gonna happen for them this year.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
Okay.
I
think they'll make a run though.
Yeah, maybe
a little bit, just a little bit. Not
as well.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for the best, and I'm not that attached to like baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get more into it, and like my knowledge has definitely grown this year for sure. But I'm not a Packers like as much of a fan as that.
Yeah.
We'll
talk more about baseball once the playoffs actually start and like games start going on.
I might have to watch them now. Get some more knowledge.
We might have a guest on to talk about baseball, how he feels about the kind of bracket and how it kind of all played out. We'll get more into that in the coming weeks. October, which is tomorrow.
Crazy.
Wow.
Love me some October baseball, baby.
Oh yeah. Want to talk about the cat trade?
I mean, probably the biggest news out of sports probably this weekend. Karl Anthony Towns traded to the Knicks. I low-key thought he would be a Timberwolf for his career.
Thought so too. Or at least out of, like you said, out of the league at some point, not going to another team.
It's just you never see players staying with the same team anymore. It's such a rare occurrence.
And I just, from a Nova Boys perspective, this just hit me so out of left field. Because, like, Cat is an all-star caliber player. He had a couple good games last season. But it's just kind of a weird, like, I don't know chemistry-wise how that's going to work. And to me, it's just kind of out of nowhere, like we said. But I don't know, breaking up the chemistry that they had for someone like Cat, who's, going to give you a couple good games. I'll say a lot of good games, but I mean, I don't think he's an X-factor contributor,
I disagree.
Really?
I think a Cat on this team. I mean, the Knicks were really good last year.
Is he going to play the 5?
Yeah, he'll play the 5.
I think he's a little soft for the 5.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But I mean, they progressed really far, even without Julius Randle in the playoffs.
That's true.
Now Julius Randle's gone. They add somebody who I would say makes the Knicks better than Julius Randle does in Karl Anthony Towns.
I could agree with you.
And this is gonna be an interesting NBA season. That's to say the least.
Yeah.
Will the Celtics win the East? Will the Knicks win the East?
Will the Bulls? Lonzo's back.
Shout out Lonzo. Shout out Lonzo. If you want to join the pod,
you know where you can
more than
sit.
welcome.
We'll
The Bucks. How are we feeling about the Bucks this year,
Yeah.
Evan?
Well, they got Chris Middleton coming back off ankles surgery.
He had both of them.
Yeah, and the latest reporting he said he's feeling good. I feel like with Giannis on your team, there's always a chance.
Yeah,
I agree.
He's such a guy that can take over a game. Like, besides maybe LeBron, and I don't want to glaze LeBron too much, but he might
Shout
be.
out Lahenny.
He might be
We'll get a bottle.
the best slasher
Yeah.
as far as a bigger guy
I agree.
and someone who's just dominant at the rim.
He's quick. He can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He brings the ball. He's a big guy who can play point guard. Obviously his three-point shooting is not as good, but
the shooting.
yeah, I mean, they always have a pretty good as of recently. They always have had a pretty good starting lineup, and some depth there too. So I'd have to look in deeper to see who left and who's staying this year. But those two key guys. Oh, and Dame.
Yeah.
That was big.
Yeah, that was big news last offseason.
That was big news last offseason, and I just hope that this year they can kind of mesh together a lot better. Because I think they struggled at times last year to mesh together, and I do think that they will do that better this year. Not a whole lot until the season starts.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
I do want to go back to the Cat trade really quick and talk about the Timberwolves side.
Okay.
I want to say that the court spacing of back, what is it? The backcourt to the center or the front court?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, with Cat or Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle is god awful.
I mean,
they're both good players, but just the spacing wise, that's just gonna not look good. I don't think.
I'm a big Julius Randle fan.
Yeah.
I have been since he got traded to the Knicks. Actually, I kind of agree with you, but I think it all just depends on how Julius Randle comes back.
Yeah.
Because there's been at times where you see him get buckets outside of the 3-point arc, inside posting people up. But yeah, compared to Cat though, they are severely limited shooting outside the arc. But I'm happy. I love Anthony Edwards. I think giving them more depth, like Dante coming off the bench, will be good for their bench unit, and also that first round pick never hurts.
I kind of jumping from the East to the West. Preseason favorites. Who do you guys think will come out of the West?
Come out of the West.
I low key. I'm big on the Thunder this year.
I was just gonna say
big on the Thunder. I'm not a big Shy guy. Shea.
No.
No.
You don't like Shea's aura?
I don't want to hear about his aura, man.
I'm a big Chet guy.
Okay.
I do think that the Spurs, or not the Spurs, the Thunder. I think they'll win. I think they'll be in the finals. You can never rule out the Nuggets.
I was gonna say I like the Nuggets. I'm not.
You can never rule out Bron.
How about the Mavs?
The Mavs, yeah.
I don't know.
think that just all depends on how Klay Thompson plays.
I
If
agree.
Klay Thompson goes back to his old, prime in Golden State, I think that could be a dangerous
which I don't
team.
know that he will.
Yeah.
I don't. This is just my initial off the head. I'm gonna say Nuggets again,
Okay.
but that's just because they're the team probably with the most chemistry.
Yes.
They've played
That's
together
fair.
the
That
longest
is fair.
right now. Unk agrees with me. I think.
Unk agrees.
If you heard that,
Come here,
Mike.
on.
But yeah, I think the Thunder are young. I think they'll probably be the next best team to be up there. The Mavs need to gel more.
How soon until Wemby and the Spurs kind of start
they
getting
need
a bit
time
better
more.
and making that push?
I think they could. I think because Wemby gained 25 pounds. I saw that. I think they could make a play-in push this year.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But I think they need to get one more key, like a
Yeah.
They have Chris Paul, but they need another complimentary
Ooh,
guard.
Lob City.
Lob City. I love some Lob City.
Um,
But yeah, they need another scorer on that
I also
team.
like a sneaky pick too. I think is the Kings.
Ooh, they just got
Ooh,
DeMar. I
yeah.
forgot about that.
Yep, they got DeMar and
I
they got
completely
De'Aaron Fox.
forgot about that. Actually.
Yeah. I think
I
that
feel like
could be
they're always in games.
Yeah.
That's true.
De'Aaron Fox is a lot better than everybody gives him credit
Yeah.
for too.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely one that.
Mhm.
And did you guys start to say this that with John Morant coming back?
No.
Oh, the
I
Grizzlies.
didn't
And they
think
have
about that either.
Zach Edey. They just drafted Zach
Zach
Edey.
Edey.
Which I'm not big on Zach
I'm not
Edey
big on
either.
Zach Edey,
But
I mean,
But
but
you're,
still,
you're 7-3.
John
and,
Morant.
I mean, yeah.
Game
John Morant
changer.
coming back, that's big news too.
Yeah.
Another team I want to talk about in the East, the Pacers.
The Pacers.
I think Halliburton
yeah.
takes an even bigger step this season.
Halliburton?
Yeah,
Interesting.
big on Halliburton.
Goofy shot though.
Goofy shot.
And he's good though.
I hope he does because he
Playmaker.
struggled. He struggled
Yeah.
certainly after the All-Star break and especially in the playoffs.
Mhm.
I wanted the Knicks to win that series.
Yeah.
So I was on the hate train.
Yeah.
And then, they played the Celtics, and I thought it'd be cool if they beat the Celtics. But yeah, I mean, I think Halliburton
Boo the
could make it.
Celtics.
Yeah. Except for Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
My
yeah.
boy Drew
Well,
Holiday.
no, Drew Holiday sold us on that parlay last year.
Oh my.
He did.
Dude need
Hey,
it.
Chris
put his
said
life on
Chris said Drew Holiday over 0.5 steals was a lock. That was the last leg that needed to hit,
And you know what he got?
and he didn't get it.
He didn't get any steals. We got 2 blocks. So we should have done the over 1.5 steals or blocks, but we
Yeah,
didn't.
Hindsight's 20/20, man.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
All right.
Drew Holiday, no hard feelings if you want to join us on the pod during basketball
I
season.
think I
We're
would
going over.
cry.
I feel like that's all kind of we had to talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
basketball. We'll jump into football, but we will talk more about basketball once the season gets
That
started.
was some
and
league hopping.
yeah,
We just
we're
hopped-
done. We're
hopped
done
through a
hopping
couple
leagues. We're hopping back to the NFL.
Yeah.
Should we talk first about how our picks went from last week?
You like our records?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, we'll do
Let's
that. Decent week. We all almost finished over 500 in the picks.
We did it one week.
Evan was the odd one out.
Yeah.
I had the best week,
Wow.
10-6.
Wow.
Which brings me to 23-25 on the season.
Okay.
Chris went 9-7,
I did.
which brings him to 24-24 on the season.
500.
500 on the season,
Nice.
which is the best record out of all
Let's
of us,
go.
actually.
Hey Chris, you know what they say?
What?
Even a blind squirrel finds a
Yeah.
nut every once in a while.
Hey, I've been finding a lot of nuts recently.
Shout out Owen.
Pause.
Okay.
And then Evan went 7-9, just
Yeah.
like he did last week, and that brings him to a 23-25, which same record as me.
So we're
We're all
pretty
close. Yeah, we're all even.
which is kind of cool.
Still anyone's game.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it was a good week. Good
Yeah,
football week.
Good football.
Was
week.
there any games that maybe you guys were like, it just surprised you? I mean, I know this week wasn't crazy.
Uh-huh.
Mm-mm.
Steelers Colts off the top of my head.
Yeah.
We all picked the Steelers last week.
Yes, we did.
Evan actually said, "Quote me on this."
Yeah, you can watch it back. He said, "Quote."
What
me.
did you say?
Yeah.
I was talking about honestly, when we were talking about the Steelers Colts game, I said that Anthony Richardson wasn't going to be able to handle the Steelers defense, and I said, you know what, I think he might even get hurt,
And he got hurt.
Mhm.
and he
He
got
got
multiple
hurt,
times.
but then Superman Joe Flacco came in
Yeah.
and led them to a victory.
Wow. How is he doing that?
I don't know. I actually don't know. And people say he's not an elite quarterback.
Yeah.
I
think he
dude's
is.
been doing this for a while.
Hall of Famer.
You know what's kind of crazy that I've been thinking of is like how can the Colts, a team who is terrible, who lost to the Packers, lost to the Bears,
Almost lost to the Bears.
but then the Steelers who are
I'll
undefeated,
take that though.
the Steelers who are undefeated, and they come in and beat them.
Mhm.
It's just like it's crazy how things happen in the league like that.
Well, Joe Flacco came in.
Yeah, it is weird because
There's something about Flacco, man.
I mean, yeah, because Justin Fields played great, 3
Yeah.
total touchdowns, over 300 passing yards. I didn't know he could
I
do
don't
that.
think that's true.
I think it is. I think he threw for 312.
All right. Well, good for Justin.
Yeah, but
But
I
I'm
mean,
sticking with Caleb,
He
though.
did throw for over 300
Okay.
passing
okay,
yards.
but yeah, I mean, it is crazy to think about that because, like you said, Joe Flacco just came in against the Steelers defense and they put up, 27 points?
It's just weird how games and matchups can
Makes such a difference.
and
Because you're
you
not
think
game
a
planning
team's so
for Joe
good
Flacco.
and then a bad team comes in and beats them.
Right.
I've always wondered that. Do teams game plan for if the backup has to come
I
in?
doubt it.
I don't think so.
I mean,
Do they
Because
have
not
like
everybody has that good of a backup.
do
That's
they have
what
like
I
an
was gonna say.
emergency kind of like if this guy ends up getting hurt and this guy comes in, this is what you should do?
Maybe something little, but I don't think they spend considerable
lot of-
amount
yeah,
of time
I
on
think,
it.
yeah, because you're not having like a Lamar Jackson type backup.
Yeah,
You
that's
know, like
true.
most backups are usually like,
Yeah, and I
staying in
mean,
the pocket. Doing
Well,
their
with a
thing.
guy like Joe Flacco, there's already enough tape on him
Right.
already. So like you can kind of just be like, if he comes in,
Hey, apparently
this is what
not,
you look
though.
for, I guess.
Apparently not.
Or like a guy like Jameis, like if he has to come in.
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah.
out Jameis, we love you. But yeah, the Steelers Colts game was interesting.
Yep.
The Bills Ravens game. I mean, we all picked the Bills.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Josh Allen.
Chris wrote, "I love you, Josh Allen."
It's not
Do you,
his
do you have a,
fault.
do you have a change?
No, I don't have a change. I don't think it was Josh Allen's fault. I think it was DeMar Hamlin. No, I'm just kidding. I think it was a defensive falter. Like I think it was mainly defensive.
I think maybe it was a little bit of Josh.
I mean,
Allen's
an
fault.
87-yard Derrick Henry touchdown on the first
yeah,
drive.
Derrick Henry had 3 total touchdowns. Lamar had 2 total. Not gonna lie, I didn't watch the full game because it kind of broke my heart. But I don't know. I just feel like maybe the Bills got hit harder than they thought in the mouth, and I don't think they're ready to get up
Yeah.
yet. So yeah, I mean, Josh Allen didn't play great, but it doesn't change how I feel about him.
I'm expecting a bounce back from the Bills.
I
Yeah.
think it's impossible for them to not.
I think this year they're gonna be in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the Ravens looked good though.
yeah, they
A
look
one-
like
Enough
they
talking about the
finally-
Bills. The Ravens looked good.
They look like they finally understood what
Yeah,
they
they
need to
clicked.
do to win.
Their record definitely didn't reflect their talent
Yeah.
as a team.
No, yeah,
I mean, they were close week 1 against the Chiefs.
which the
A
Chiefs are a good team.
toenail away.
Right.
The Raiders game, I would say, was a fluke.
Yeah. That was just a weird, like you
Yeah.
said, fluke. I like that.
And then,
word.
I mean,
The Broncos Jets game. I mean, it wasn't like that exciting, but
Bo
Yeah.
Nix had a crazy stat line. Are you looking at the?
yeah, I can look at it.
Because I saw somebody do for like 60 yards and Cortland Sutton had all the yards.
yeah.
Is that true?
It's popping up. It's loading.
Because I thought I heard people were catching negative passing
Yeah.
yard or negative receiving yards.
Speaking of this game, Chris, do you have anything to say about Brees Hall?
I told you so. He had like 10 carries for 4 yards.
Yeah, he did
Oh
not.
my gosh. I think
he did
Aaron
not play
Rodgers
that good.
outrushed him. No, what a weird game. I don't know what the Jets
Yeah.
are doing. I think Salah might be on the hot seat.
Possibly.
But, it's early. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm happy Brees Hall did bad because it makes me look smart.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
What about Falcons Saints?
Falcons Saints was a good game.
Yeah.
Me and Chris watched that game winner.
We
from
did
Young Wei Koo.
Young Wei Koo or
Um,
Young Hoku.
Man,
I picked the Falcons.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that being someone who chose the Falcons? I'm disappointed by the Saints.
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I had a long day on Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
we
right.
we got up early, went to the Packer game, and we were in the car. We didn't get back till after 8.
Wow,
So
that is a long day.
yeah, it was a long day. We were listening to some of the games in the car, but we couldn't listen to everyone, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's
Go Falcons.
I need to look at the stats. Like if you guys can tell me who really stood out in the
Well, I can
game.
tell you who
Mooney.
didn't. Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I saw that.
Or Bijan. I don't think Bijan
No,
did that
Bijan-
good either.
I don't even think Kirk did that.
Yeah,
good.
no. He
It was-
didn't. I think it was.
Like a battle of defense.
Uh,
Were there a lot of
Well,
picks?
no, I mean,
I think the Saints beat themselves.
They did.
honestly.
it was a 24 to 22 game. So you
Something
can't really
like that.
say it was that crazy of a defensive battle.
But they still put up points.
I think Algier played a lot.
Mhm. I think he had a good day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Saints. Oh man, I was so high on
Yeah,
them.
so I mean,
I think they're beating
were
themselves.
those
right
first
now.
2 games a fluke? I mean, the first one was against Carolina.
Derek Carr.
But then you
Yeah.
go into Dallas and then perform like that, and
Well-
then now you're starting to go downhill.
Yeah, I don't.
What are they, 2-2 now?
Yeah, I think the AFC South, right? Is that the South?
NFC South.
NFC South. Yeah, I think that's a messy. It's just a messy division.
It is
always,
a messy division.
But I think especially now, I really don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it should be exciting to see how it folds out.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk about our parlay from last week?
Ooh, we should talk about
Yeah,
that.
we could talk about the parlay.
So.
Yeah, Chris, you talk about this.
Yeah. So, speaking of that Saints Falcons game, I've never been more worried in my life. But luckily, well, first off, Taysom Hill having 2 goal line touchdowns was really making me mad. But then, final drive of the game, well, for the Saints at least, Alvin Kamara was able to take it in for that nice 1-yard touchdown. Yeah, I celebrated that. I thought that was pretty good, personally. Yeah.
You want to keep going?
You want me to keep going?
All right.
Well, then we had. Hang on, don't tell me. Oh, Marvin Harrison. Then we had Marvin Harrison who got it, done right away. He got that easy touchdown. First touchdown. So then we're all excited to make our But
then I didn't realize that with Connor picking Devon Achane that we had to wait till Monday.
Right. So can I say it's Monday?
Yeah.
We just finished watching the game. And obviously everyone knows now Devon Achane did not find his way.
I should have just picked Jane Daniels like I was going to.
How were you feeling in the fourth quarter when they were on the 1-2 yard line? What was going through your head?
In my head, I'm like,
because he ran it 2 times before.
I was like, man, I'm about to crash out, man. Like,
and then you
can't just
then you see
Tyler Huntley, and then Tyler Huntley scores.
I know he thought it was a sneak, but they showed a replay. He took the direct snap and ran. He had like a little juke move right into the end zone.
Jeez.
So
that's just unfortunate.
Sorry, the parlay didn't hit.
The parlay didn't hit.
Do you have any thoughts on?
Let me just say this: if you watched last week, since Evan's leg didn't hit, he had to do the punishment, which was the ginger and cayenne pepper orange juice kind of shooter thing.
Don't say what it is.
No? Should I save it?
Yes, but there is something.
There is something for me that I'll do at the end of the episode. It is hiding behind JJ Watt right now.
It is awesome.
I'll pull it out once we get there. But
okay.
Curse you, Devon Achane.
Yeah.
I'll talk more about you later.
Yeah.
So can we assume that you're probably gonna have a better pick this week?
Maybe a safer option.
All right.
I don't even remember who I picked.
Good thing we have it written down.
Yes, I do. I do remember who I picked.
Okay. Let's get into some news, and then we're gonna answer some questions after that. Obviously, we talked about Anthony Richardson getting hurt. I called that. I'm not.
Do you want to flex that you called an injury?
I mean, it's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool that he called it though.
Yeah.
Because he got hurt multiple times.
I feel bad for the guy, but
I do too.
Obviously, prayers up.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you feel better.
Just slide. Please.
We had the Rashee Rice injury.
That's
torn
bad.
ACL, right?
I don't. They haven't announced it yet, but I believe that is the.
And that would be done for the season.
Yeah.
And that was by Mahomes.
Yes.
Obviously,
anything that's. I mean, he
So
why
explain
even
it to
do
me
that,
because I didn't exactly see it.
Yeah.
What happened on the play?
I'm pretty sure Mahomes overthrew Rashee Rice. Right?
No, so Mahomes threw a pick.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It got picked off.
Yeah.
Rashee was riding down,
Yeah.
running down with them, actually punches the ball out,
Yeah.
which they recovered, the Chiefs. But then Mahomes just decided to go low with his shoulder.
So as Rashee Rice was going to punch the ball out, Mahomes was going low on the legs of the Chargers guy.
Yeah.
But then Rashee Rice's knee just ran right into Mahomes' shoulder.
And it looked, he went back.
I saw the video of it. It looked bad.
Yeah.
Hyperextended, torn.
Carted off the field. Now, I mean, I'm going to say that hurts the Chiefs bad.
Oh, yeah.
And especially a Chiefs team that
was already struggling with weapons.
Yeah, and they've been kind of barely squeezing out
by,
of
Yeah.
A 4-0 Chiefs team that
could very well be like 1-3.
Yes.
2-2. Yeah. Obviously not undefeated.
But yeah, that hurts them so, especially with Travis Kelce not playing up to like how he usually plays. I mean, you're looking at a wide receiver room right now of what Xavier Worthy and Juju.
And
I mean, Juju's just gonna be doing TikTok dances.
Exactly, TikTok dances. Especially with the Pacheco injury. I mean, Kareem Hunt was getting snaps yesterday.
That's why. Who's the number 84?
Watson.
Yeah. His first name?
Justin. I think Justin Watson.
Justin Watson.
I think he might. You might want to
Sneaky
pick him up in
pickup,
fantasy.
yeah.
I was listening to that game on.
targets.
I was listening to that game on the radio, and they were actually talking about Watson, and they were saying how he it's like always been reliable for them.
Yeah.
Like he catches everything.
He's your classic white guy.
Welker, Edelman.
Yeah.
Those types of guys.
You know, as we're talking about Watson, moving over to the other Watson, Christian Watson. I was at the game. I saw the injury. Honestly, it looked really bad, but now they're saying high ankle sprain, which could be that's still a serious injury. Report came out today, 1 week for sure, obviously.
Yeah.
But it could be more than that.
You know, Christian Watson, usually a guy that has trouble staying on the field.
Right.
He's had some hamstring issues.
Yeah.
Glad it's not a hamstring thing.
Yeah, it's true. How many years does he have on his contract left?
Well, this is his third season.
Is he still on his rookie deal?
Yeah, this is his third season.
Do you think if he continues to have problems like this, they keep him or like pick up the 5th-year option? Because he's such a good talent, but he just can't really stay
I think if
healthy.
he continues to have injuries, they won't pick up his 5th-year option.
Right.
That pains me to say because I do think that if he just needs to get going, it just seems if he doesn't have stuff schemed up for him, he is. I mean, Jaden Reed is too, but he is our fastest guy in the field. Yeah. He's our home run hitter. You send him deep, he can beat about almost any corner in the league with his speed. So yeah, I definitely want to see him start to play better, and hopefully he will when he gets back. But luckily the Packers do have a pretty good wide receiver room over there with some good depth, so they'll be able to fill in for him pretty decently, I'd say. The update on the Christian McCaffrey one. So he does have, what they say, hamstring tendonitis?
Achilles tendonitis.
Oh, Achilles tendonitis in both of his legs.
Achilles, yeah.
Wow.
So I don't even know what's going to go on with him.
Rip CMC fantasy owners, I suppose.
Yeah, I think.
Is that? Is that season ending?
I think so.
I don't know how severe. I'm going to be honest.
Went to Germany.
I don't know how severe tendonitis is.
It can get bad.
Yeah.
It can get bad.
Yeah. Both legs, and you, like I said, you're traveling to Germany. You're obviously looking for an expert and a specialist. I think for his sake for the future, I think he probably
at least out for the season, not retire.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Maybe
he's still 28.
Back in the playoffs.
Maybe, yeah.
But I mean, their running back's doing fine now.
I wouldn't rule it out that he doesn't come back before the playoffs, but he's definitely out for a while for sure.
Yeah. What do we got next? Bears Packers.
Bears Packers. Let's start with you guys this time since we've always been starting. Right. You guys got the win. I didn't.
Yeah. This is crazy.
What did you guys think of the game?
A win is a win.
We predicted that. This is our first Bears win since starting the podcast. Is that accurate?
Yep.
Nope. No, because we talked about the Titans game. I think.
Did we?
Then the first episode, we should have.
Okay. Well, never mind. Second win.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys.
Caleb. I'm happy to say that he's improving every game.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's not coming out of the gate and playing like Jane Daniels is.
The stats may not be glamorous, but
because how many times did he throw the ball? I saw he threw the ball it was into the third quarter he had thrown it 9 times.
No, he finished at 28, I think.
Which is good. Our run game showed up this week.
Yep.
Something that, me and Chris have been talking about the last couple weeks. The run game actually decided to show up to DeAndre Swift. Was I'm getting paid to play this game.
Let
me lock in.
Johnson
let me lock in.
All right.
23 times.
23, okay.
Yeah. Still
157 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
A QBR of 39.
A win is a win.
Really?
A win is a win.
Why is it that low?
Because
I don't really know QBR.
He took 3 sacks for 24 yards and he only threw for 157 yards.
Well, it didn't feel like a 39 QB.
But talk about DeAndre Swift a little bit because I know he really got going in this game.
Yeah.
Not just rushing, but on the receiving end, he was your team's leading receiver that game.
He this was the first time, well, at least a Bears player had 70 plus rushing and 70 plus receiving yards since Jeremy Langford.
Shout out Jeremy Langford.
Shout out Jeremy Langford.
Wow.
Also against the Rams.
That's
so
funny.
kind of like a full circle kind
That's
of thing.
funny.
But yeah, DeAndre Swift decided, he woke up today and was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I've heard the criticism that Bears fans have put on me. Let me lock in.
Let me lock in. Show up.
And he did.
And
Shane Waldron. I mean, I did hear that some of the players went into his office and was like, "Look, we need to get more aggressive on offense."
And with how cool that may be, that's also kind of concerning.
Yes.
But obviously, he listened, which I love someone who's open to hearing players' perspectives. And it seemed like, to me, what it seemed like is the play calling looked totally different once the run game opened up.
Yeah.
And obviously, that if you're running good, teams worry about that more, so you're able to pass it. But it seemed like a whole new offense when we were able to establish the run game.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he obviously he changed up some of the play calls, but I wonder if it truly changed because we were running so successfully,
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. It's good to see he did take the criticism and, improving.
First passing touchdown in Soldier Field for Caleb Williams.
What a throw.
Yeah, it was a good throw to DJ Moore.
He had a couple good throws that you're just like, wow.
Yeah. He did miss. We were watching the game. He did miss a couple of throws.
The deep balls have seemed to be an issue.
Yeah.
And that is kind of surprising because of what we've seen in college. But yeah, I think he needs to figure that out a little bit. Mm-hmm. Another thing though is he seems to be on a different page with DJ Moore.
Yes.
And I think, I don't know, because DJ's body language is kind of like off right now, but I don't think he's necessarily mad. I think, he can kind of just be like that.
He's definitely happy after the touchdown, I can tell you
That's
that.
what I'm saying. I think that definitely helped him. But yeah, I think they need to work on their chemistry more, and obviously that comes with time. But yeah, I just think my biggest thing is he needs to work on that.
Something I really like to see was there was a clip of Caleb Williams on the sideline talking to DJ Moore and Keenan Allen on the bench.
Yes.
That's just, I like that a lot.
That's why we drafted him.
Showing kind of leadership.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he has a C.
Yeah. And he just wants it to work.
Yes.
He wants to learn. He wants to hear their perspective. Yeah. He's going to give his. He just wants to improve and get better. And I love that.
And one last thing before we jump to Evan.
Yes.
The defense, I know me and Chris said we like that good D.
We like that good
Started off slow.
Yeah.
I was surprised. They picked up kind of towards the end of the game and locked in.
Shout out Jaquan
Brisker with that game-sealing pick. Mm-hmm. If you'd like to join the pod, more than welcome.
I do want to add something too, because I kind of want to challenge the fact that you guys are saying that he's improving every game.
Okay.
Just because, is he though? I just want
so.
Why? I want to hear you back that up with.
Why do you feel like he's not? Just based off stats?
Not just based off stats, but I feel like from the first game was bad. The second game was bad. The third game, the stats don't really say that it was bad, but it still was.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously, only threw the ball 23 times, but it wasn't like he fumbled the ball once. Mm-hmm. He didn't lose it, but he fumbled it once. I just feel like it's still, and I think it's partially the play calling for sure, but
also the O-line.
Yeah, and the O-line. He was sacked 3 times.
Especially with Tevin Jenkins' injury.
Yeah.
But to me, I would say maybe it's a little bit of a improvement from his first 3 games. But I don't know. Just to me, I just don't see the improvement there.
I do want to say,
yes,
I believe watching him, his decision making has gotten a bit better.
I was just gonna say
that's easy because
I think the biggest improvement I've seen, and I think people are recognizing, may not be, stats, throwing. I think it's his mindset.
Yeah.
He's definitely growing more confident. There's times where he stayed in the pocket too long.
Mm-hmm.
You can just tell he's feeling a lot more confident in the pocket. He's going through those reads quicker, and just overall, with the leadership thing, you can tell now that maybe week 1 rattled him. I think he's improving in his mental state.
Thought he wasn't nervous. He doesn't get nervous.
I don't think he's nervous anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
He's willing to stay in a pocket where he knows he could get hit at any moment. he's being a lot more confident with his throws. That's for sure. Like, yeah, they may be incomplete in that, but I mean, he had no interceptions.
Yeah. And I do like that he's testing the deep balls. He's trying.
And that the deep ball, let's not act like those are gimmies.
Yeah.
And you can look at Jane Daniels. I know there's a lot of, conspiracy, and a lot of people are talking about who's better right now. I mean, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I think Jane Daniels is playing a lot better right now.
I mean,
I'm not going to debate that, but it's a long season.
I do want to say,
they can both be good.
On the touchdown to DJ Moore, there is a certain former QB of the Bears that would have rolled out of the pocket before finding DJ.
I agree.
And I'm glad that Caleb is kind of.
I
know he rolls out too sometimes, but he doesn't roll out as much as JF1. And he's open to staying into the pocket and letting the play finish before resorting to having to roll out. And that's what he did on that touchdown, and he zinged it into DJ Moore.
Right. And that's what I mean. To go back to your question, what do you see about improvements? No interceptions. Like we said, whatever, fumbles happen. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he really threw into. There was no balls that really had me like, oh my God, why'd he throw that? Or like, oh, that's double coverage. I think he's definitely clicking more mentally.
Yeah.
I guess
my point about it is that, like, obviously there's going to be an improvement from the last 3 games. Like, if there wasn't an improvement, there'd be something wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
So to be like, oh yeah, he's improving every game, like, to me, I just don't see it.
Yeah.
That's just where I'm coming from.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair.
So
just wait till week 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or not.
I'll be there.
Be there?
I can jump into what I thought about the Packers game, because I was there, and let me just start off by saying this, and this is just like to all NFL QBs. When you're watching on TV, they make it look so easy. But when you go to the games and you're like looking at it from that perspective, it makes every single pass, and just honestly every aspect of the game, but specifically with quarterbacks, it makes every pass look just so incredibly hard. I just think that it's crazy how you can watch it on TV and you're like, you don't see everything that, like, there was one pass in the game where Jordan Love rolled out and he threw a pass over one defender with the defender behind him, and Dontavian Wicks was in the middle of them. I thought when he threw it that the first defender was going to pick it off, but it just like plopped like right over, like but it just like, no, you wouldn't even think about throwing that. Like, someone like me, I would never even want to throw that, because that's a pass I could never make.
Yeah.
So it just makes it like that much more impressive. And I'm sure it's like that with every QB, because it just, I don't know, nothing seems open. That's what it seems like, and somehow like they just complete it. Getting into the game, we need a new kicker.
Yeah. That's been like the main, I think, problem that I've seen with the Packers. Their one weakness. Really.
In the last 9 games, they've missed 8 field goals.
Oof.
So, yeah, they just picked up Braden Narvison from the Titans this year.
Okay. After
they cut Anders Carlson, and they had Greg Joseph, they cut him too. He's on the Giants now.
How do you feel about the? Do you think Anders Carlson should have stayed?
No.
Was Anders Carlson bad? Was he worse than this guy?
Oh yeah. But it's still something they need to figure out, because it's something that kills us so much.
Yeah.
And I feel like
that can win or lose games.
Yes.
It literally lost.
I feel like field goals are so underestimated, like, in today's league. I feel like nobody talks about them, but they mean so much at the end of a game, especially if you want to win games. You're going to have to make your field goals. Like, he had a 37-yarder, maybe just like a chip shot that, like, and it doesn't even seem like he's like, hooking the ball or anything. Like, these are straight shots that he's just missing to the outside. And then he had another one that was like a 40-something yarder he missed, and like they both bounced off the post.
We have experiences.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah.
And then it forces us to go for it on a 4th and 11 that
That's
honestly, we didn't convert it, but we should have converted it. But it forces you in those situations to not take field goals, and we ended up losing by 3 points, 2 points. So those are really difference makers, and it changes the way you play the game. So that's like the biggest thing right now that I think they need to figure out is like either this needs to change or they need to get a new kicker.
Yeah.
And then I do think the refs made some bad calls. Like it seemed like every single challenge or anything didn't go our way. There was a bunch of like catches that were
questionable.
They were questionable, but they called them catches on the field.
Oh, so
then there wasn't enough evidence to overturn them, and then they always overturn them. And then they had a catch by Justin Jefferson at the end that they called no catch, and then they overturned it to being a catch. So it just seemed like everything that could go wrong
was just going wrong.
That being said, we were in it at the end of the game. Jordan Love, I'm not worried about him. I know he threw 3 picks. I think 2 of them weren't his fault.
Yeah.
One of them got tipped, and it was supposed to go, and it still went in the guy's hands. He dropped it, and it was picked off. The one he threw to Christian Watson where he got hurt, that was a bad one. But I can't remember the
Would you say still shaking off the rust from being missing 2 weeks? Yeah.
When we were at the game, I said, I was like, he does not look like himself right now. He looks really rusty. And we did towards the end of the game, he started to look better as they made their comeback. I mean, they held him to 3 points in the second half.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good half, but you can't win football games letting a team score 28 points on you in the first half.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you're just not going to win games like that.
The Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, but it's not that's a rare occurrence, right?
Yeah, it is very
So
rare.
I'm not worried about Jordan Love. I know he will be fine. He did look like he didn't have, like all like the power on his throws. I think he was definitely a little sore. There was one time when he ran and then he got up, he was limping a little bit. But I think that's just part of it.
Yeah.
Do you think the Packers should have played it a bit more safe and played Malik Willis this week?
No, because they're not winning this game with Malik Willis.
I agree with that point.
Yeah. I do think something that I thought they could have done was done like a Malik Willis package.
Yeah.
Like bringing him in at the same time as Jordan Love, bringing him just with him and having him run the ball a little bit, or he could pass it. I think that would have been something that could keep the Vikings guessing a little bit. I'm happy that they made an exciting game, and I'm just hoping that it's kind of a wake-up call for them. And this is, a 4-0 Vikings team now that every other team has struggled to put up points for them. Like, they have an amazing defense. And there are some good things to take away from this. Like, Jaden Reed is a dog. Like, he just went nuts this game. And he's been showing up every week. And the fact that we only allowed 1 sack on Jordan Love versus a Vikings team who is just they just
been dominating.
They just blitz the heck out of you.
Yeah, they blitz a lot.
And so there are a lot of good things and there's a lot of bad things, and they need to clean up the penalties as well. Those are killing them. Just they'll have a big play and then there's a penalty that brings it back. So I'm not worried about the Packers. I hope it's their wake up call and they can kind of get going to where they were at the the end of the season last year. So they haven't played that bad in the first half.
No,
how they played in the first half in a while. So
I mean, going back to your kicker thing,
yeah,
that is something that should get addressed soon.
I think it all starts
because
there, really.
Way back in the year of 2018, tough year for me and Chris.
Great year until
But Cody Parkey was showing signs of not doing well kicking wise in a game against Detroit.
They didn't,
and everybody kind of just chalked it up as a joke.
Because we were winning.
Because we won the game. We were kind of blowing out the Lions there.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, you hit the pole 4 times, but whatever, we won the game, whatever. Exactly. And then since we won, I don't think the Bears were like, we won, like whatever, we're fine. And that ended up biting them in the ass later in the playoffs against the Eagles.
Yeah.
So I think that is definitely something that should be addressed soon.
And do I think I totally agree with you? Do I think that they will change it? No.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the only thing they could do is call up Mason Crosby, see what he's doing. 40-year-old Mason Crosby. I don't really see any other options, but I think that's a better option.
Yeah.
I did see something after Xavier McKinney. Oh, I want to say this too. Xavier McKinney got another pick this game. Yeah. So it was his 4th pick.
4 and 4, right?
4 and 4 games.
Hey.
4 for 4.
That's the first time any Packers player has done that. I don't know how many NFL players have done that. But yeah, I did see Xavier McKinney after the game say, "Oh, we're gonna back up Brayden Narveson. Like we'll always have his back, even if he." I mean, what is he supposed to say?
Yeah.
But still, like I don't think they're gonna change it.
Sometimes you just have a bad day too. Sometimes you just miss.
So we were kind of heavy on the Bears Packers. A lot more to talk about this week for sure with them. It was a lot more interesting. We're gonna get to our Capper Glazer hater for this week.
No questions. We'll do that after.
Oh, I'm sorry. We should have done that.
Okay. We'll do a couple questions.
Let's
do a couple questions.
Yeah, let's do a couple questions
let's do a
now.
couple questions.
Do a couple questions now. Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay.
I got a couple questions here. I got some from some people.
All right.
I'll shout them out as I ask the question. First up, I'll ask both of you guys.
Okay.
What has been the most surprising thing from this season so far? Whether it be a team doing well or a certain player.
Yeah.
Doing well. So far, we're a quarter into the season. Right now, biggest surprise.
I don't know. I just think how,
Also, this question comes from Peter. Shout out, Peter.
I just kind of want to go how competitive the league has been. Like a lot of good teams struggling, a lot of bad teams being good, a lot of there's always a couple top dogs. But I feel like a lot of those teams can lose at any point. So I just think it's been a weirdly competitive year, but also a weirdly unstable. There's definitely been a big adjustment period. And, I wonder if that has to do with, maybe starters not playing in the preseason or just overall talent going to the league. Yeah, for me, I just think it's a whole league-wide unsureness that just makes it fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say going off that, something that was surprising, not necessarily surprising to me. Well, one, all the injuries right off the bat.
That is also a good point.
Is not necessarily surprising to me, but the amount of injuries isn't surprising, but the amount of injuries to significant players is interesting to me, which we were kind of talking about this earlier of your dad was saying, I think, about what, why are so many players getting injured? Just it brings an interesting topic about the fields of play and just some of the training regimens of some of these players, which we don't have to get too far into that, but I know the Packers just played the Vikings. I feel like nobody was talking about the Vikings.
No.
And for them to come out and now be 4-0, and they're watching them in real life, they are a really good football team. And so
very sleeper.
Yes, I mean nobody was talking. Everybody was saying they're going to get last in the division.
Yeah,
with JJ.
We all said that. Yeah.
So
something just clicked for Sam Darnold, and he was able to play back to his first overall pick
USC
status
days.
Or second overall pick status, back to his USC days. And that's good to see. I'm glad.
I'm glad too. I don't know. We don't have to get into what's going to happen with JJ, but.
Yeah.
Maybe if he keeps playing good, JJ can sit a year and watch. I think that'd be cool.
Well, he's already technically sitting a
That's
year.
True. Maybe he can sit another year.
But sitting a year where he can practice.
Yeah.
That's true. And maybe get in every once in a while.
I'm sure he's already learning from Sam Darnold right now.
Yeah.
I was gonna go off. My kind of opinion on biggest surprise was the Vikings.
Yeah.
They've been playing crazy, and that's like we all said. I'm pretty sure all of us had predicted them at the bottom of the NFC North.
For sure.
And the NFC North very competitive this year. Always good to see.
Stinks.
Always good to see.
It's more fun for sure, especially when it comes down to the division games.
Yeah.
I was definitely thinking during the Packers Vikings game, if we win this game, we can be tied for first. I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Now, kind of the opposite of that. What has been the most disappointing thing from you this season? What disappointing team or disappointing, a player that's been not living up to the hype?
I would say this is more of an NFL type, like an NFL as a whole, like the organization. And not that they can really predict this as much because of, they don't know who necessarily is going to be like good. There are some of those teams that surprise you. But I just haven't been like very happy or excited about some of like the Monday or Thursday night football games.
I agree.
Like there's just been a lot of games that are, prime time football.
Yeah.
The Sunday night games have been better for sure, but the Mondays and Thursday night games, I just feel like a lot of them aren't that interesting. They're not that great of teams. And it's like, did we really think that the Giants were going to be that good of,
Yeah.
And and then they have the game where it's the Giants and the Panthers in Germany, right?
Yeah.
Or in London or
Germany.
No, it's in Germany. I think that's
like what were we really even thinking there?
Yeah.
Like that's something that kind of disappoints me is like those are fun games to watch.
I agree.
Usually, and you want those to be two exciting teams. So that was kind of disappointing for me.
Yeah.
And what's up with this whole new 2 games on Monday thing?
I don't know. And
I'm not a fan.
I kind of don't like it either.
Seem right ratings wise, and it
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. I think another thing too, kind of going off like the primetime thing, is like with the amount of injuries there's been. Because there's been a lot of Dolphin games, like there was one tonight, that are in the primetime slot. And, with Tua getting injured, it's just not nearly the same.
Well, I mean, like you said, you can't really predict that, right? Like,
but there are some teams that you can. Like, not as exciting to watch just because of the players they have,
Giants, Panthers.
I mean,
I
guess that's true, yeah.
But really, I mean, if I had to talk about a team that's been disappointing, it'd be the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say that.
I was hating on Jerry Jones last week, but yeah, there's just something wrong in Dallas, and whether it's the coach, the players, or the owner, something needs to get figured out. But as of right now, it's not getting figured out.
All right, this next question, we'll try to fire through it because it's going to be a lot of talk. But shout out Carson for this question. He wants us to kind of predict as of right now, quarter into the season, who we think as of right now will win the division of each division.
Okay. I'm going to have to pull through the
divisions. Yeah, I got to pull them up.
I think I know most of them. We could start.
Come on, guys.
We'll start in the NFC. Let's go NFC North.
Well, we'll start with the NFC North.
Okay, yeah, we'll be realistic.
Yeah, we'll be realistic. I mean, as of right now,
I think Vikings.
I think it's Vikings or Lions.
Yeah. I would say the Vikings because
I know you're low on the Lions, but I mean they've been kind of proving you wrong recently. But.
Yeah, they have, but
yeah,
I don't think any team really has looked as good as the Vikings.
Consistently good.
Yeah. I think that right now they are the best team. Like they were so
weird.
Like slept on.
Yeah.
With how many people they have a good defense. They have arguably maybe the best. I mean, a lot of people consider him the best wide receiver in the league. A young Jordan Addison. TJ Hawkinson's hurt right now. They still have him. He's one of the best tight ends in the league.
He's really.
Sam Darnold's playing great, which is obviously a big contributor to it. But in that defense, they have such a good scheme. You'd never know what they're doing. And I think the Minnesota right now is just.
I'd also go with the Vikings right now.
NFC South. Buccaneers, Falcons, Saints, Panthers.
Okay.
I'm gonna
go Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bucs
after what happened.
NFC West. Seahawks, 49ers, Cardinals, Rams.
I'm gonna go 49ers. I'd love to say Seahawks, but the 49ers are probably the best team in that division.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
talent-wise.
Prediction-wise, for the end of the year, they're gonna be back.
Yeah.
NFC East.
I have no clue.
Yeah, this is
Commanders.
a crapshoot.
Commanders, Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants.
As of right now, the Commanders are the best team in that division.
Yeah, who do I think will?
I mean, I'm sure the Cowboys by the end of the season will.
They always
figure things out.
They always do.
What are they, 2-2 now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And the Commanders will definitely go through some struggles.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Jaden Daniels' season isn't going to be perfect for a rookie.
Unless he keeps playing like he's playing now, they could, win it.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the Cowboys.
Eagles, though?
No, the Eagles do not look good at all.
Do you think they make the playoffs still?
No.
No.
They could. I think 3 teams from that division can make the playoffs if they
Really.
yeah. Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, they could all make the
Commanders.
playoffs.
You know, the funny
Wrong.
thing is we said that about the NFC North, but excluded the Vikings.
Yeah, that is funny.
Yeah, we did say that.
4 teams from that division could be.
Might as well
Really?
throw 'em all in
Really?
there. Who are we going with though? Are we agreeing Cowboys?
Yeah.
I'll agree Cowboys.
I'll agree Cowboys. I would say Eagles, but I wouldn't.
I think Connor's kind of on the fence over there with the Commanders, Cowboys.
Yeah. I love my Jane Daniels, but
Oh man.
and I hope he can, keep this going on for the rest of the season. But
All right.
I mean,
roll.
rookie QBs always have those struggles.
True.
So
True.
All right. AFC West: Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos.
Chiefs.
That's such an easy
Chiefs,
division.
come on.
AFC South: Texans, Colts, Titans, Jags, Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colts haven't looked that good. Titans suck. Jaguars suck even more.
The Texans. Yeah, it's the Texans. Who am I kidding?
Steelers, Ravens, Browns, Bengals. So that's a good one. That could really shift by the end.
I think this is the Ravens.
I think the
division.
Ravens might run away. I think the Steelers get second in the division.
Yeah, they probably get second.
But I think the Ravens kind of.
I wouldn't be surprised if
run
the
away with
Steelers
it.
did win the division, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't be surprised. The Bengals would have to go on a crazy
That's
run,
what I'm
though.
saying. They kind of shot themselves
Yeah.
in the foot.
But the Bengals,
honestly.
I think they still have a shot easily.
Yeah.
And the Browns have looked horrible.
Yeah.
period.
Yeah. Nobody's even talking about the Browns.
Yeah. Bills, Jets, Patriots, Dolphins. I mean, it's between the Jets and the Bills. for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm gonna go with the Bills.
I'm
though.
going with Bills based on how the Jets played against
Yes.
the Broncos. Even though it's one game,
Yeah.
they just once again don't seem on the same page.
I think the Bills too. I
Yeah.
mean, they're just such a good team.
Yeah,
That's all of them.
that's all of
All
them
right.
already.
One last question here.
Okay.
We'll fire through this one.
Yep.
Shout out my dad. This question comes from my dad. Quarter into the season,
All right.
favorite for the MVP.
For the MVP.
Should we write down on the boards?
Well, we can write down.
I mean, I have a feeling we're all gonna have the same answer.
But I mean, after this week, who knows?
Yeah, that is true.
Still think it though.
Yeah.
What's this guy writing?
I don't know, but I know he replaced something with a heart.
Well, you know what letter that was.
All right, yeah. Josh Allen. I
Allen.
think, yeah.
If you can't tell, I
He did-
replaced the O with a heart.
Yeah, he did have not a good game last week, but I just think if it's not him, Darnold's the favorite.
But it won't be done.
It won't be.
I don't know
Darnold.
if it'll be Darnold.
It'd be cool.
Is there any player outside of a quarterback that you think is up for MVP right now?
No,
I don't think so.
nobody's having like a crazy good season.
Like a Tyreek.
Yeah, and I remember.
maybe Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
But
man.
that would be my only guess.
I remember like seeing that like this has been like the lowest scoring year I think so far. Like offenses aren't really doing that much. So yeah,
The year of the defenses.
Yeah.
D.
and we like that good D.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's all I had for the questions.
Okay.
So
Let's go into our capper Glazer hater.
All right.
That's everybody read down their capper.
Okay.
should we talk about last week's or no?
I mean,
No, we could
I
kind
don't
of
know.
just
have
skip
to,
that
I
part.
mean-
I don't really think anything notable happened with my
Yeah.
players. It
No,
kinda
I don't
stayed
think
the
it was-
Yeah,
same.
my Glazer, Jaden Daniels played good.
Yeah, all my stuff pretty much stayed
All
relatively
right, we're doing
the
capper
same.
first.
yep.
All right.
Let me double check that.
Should we do a one by one? You reveal and then talk about it and then, or should we
could
do it
go
all
one
at
by
the same
one.
time?
Let's do big reveal.
Big reveal? All right.
So I want to see yours like all
All right.
one. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That-
Josh Allen for Evan, Kyler Murray for Chris, and Brees Hall for me.
Oh, here we go.
We'll start over with Evan.
Come on.
Josh Allen, decent pick.
That's a
Yeah, I
good
picked
pick.
Josh Allen. Obviously, it wasn't all his fault versus
Yeah.
the Ravens. They're a good team. They have a good defense, but we weren't seeing the Josh Allen that we saw the past 3 weeks. That's for sure.
That is for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much to it. He didn't have that great of a game. Someone who we just said is, we think is an MVP candidate or an early MVP candidate. and I don't think his last game really looked like it.
Yeah.
That being said, picked him as my capper, not my hater, because he'll bounce back.
I like that.
Chris
like
with
that.
the Kyler pick?
Yeah, I put Kyler Murray. I mean, I watched a good amount of this game, and, Kyler started off hot with the touchdown to Marvin Harrison, and we saw that a lot the week before, too. But, it's kind of like that same old story with Kyler. Like, he's at that level where he's, like, really good, but he's not jumping over that bar into being, like, a superstar quarterback. I think he can get there, though. I just feel like he needs to play more of his game,
Yeah.
Like, I think they need to get him running the ball a little bit more outside of the pocket and just giving him some, like, nice, easy reads. I wrote down his stats because they weren't great. He had 142 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 carry for 3 yards. And that's what I wanted to bring up. He needs to be running a lot more in order for him to be successful. I think next week, I think he does that. And I think he bounces back and throws for a lot.
I'm going to get you another mic.
No, I think we should be fine.
Sure?
With no one betting?
I think we should be chill.
All right.
I picked Breece Hall. Rough game against the Broncos.
I told you.
Chris predicted all of this.
I told you.
I don't know if Braylon Allen did any better, but that was just a boring game to watch. I mean, a 10-9 game. Come on.
Yeah, the Broncos.
Yeah, all in all, and like you said about Josh Allen, I picked him as my capper because unlike Chris, I think Breece Hall is a good running back, and I think
I never said he wasn't good.
he'll perform in the future.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
All right, Glazer.
Let's see.
Who am I glazing? Oh yeah, come on, we know who I'm glazing.
I wrote down 2 because I might change mine depending on.
I should put $5 in the glaze jar for this.
Yeah, this is getting pretty bad.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Derrick Henry.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to change mine because I had another one written down. But I feel like that was a pretty good pick. All right, here we go. Hang on.
2 Derrick Henry picks. So Evan and Chris both picked Derrick Henry. I picked Jane Daniels, as always.
I have another one, too.
But yeah, Chris switched to
Nico Collins.
It's a good pick.
It's a great pick.
Yeah, he had a good week.
He had a great week. Do you want me to start us off?
Yeah, go. You go ahead.
So, yeah, I think Derrick Henry's an awesome pick. But, yeah, I switched to Nico Collins because I felt like Derrick Henry is kind of an obvious pick. And, like I said, a great pick. Nico Collins, 12 receptions, 151 yards, and a touchdown. That's crazy. I think on a team that is what we said, loaded in wide receivers.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I'm blinking red over here.
That's okay.
I'll get him another one.
All right.
Okay.
Because I don't want, if the audio's bad.
That's true. So, yeah, I mean, with Nico Collins in a wide receiver room that, has a lot of talent, him being able to pull off 12 receptions is great.
Yeah.
And obviously they played the Jaguars, so, take it with a grain of salt. But he's been putting up numbers all year, and I think he'll continue to have high production and high amount of yards.
We can, I'll just fly through my pick. 2 weeks in a row, I'm picking Jane Daniels. I promise you guys next week I'll pick a different player.
Unless Jane Daniels plays really
Unless he plays really good again. But, best rookie QB, and I've said this multiple times, that we've seen since C.J. Stroud last year, but he's performing well. And I know a lot of people were saying that, the Commanders weren't going to be good. Kind of like how we were saying the Vikings weren't going to be good.
They have been surprising.
But, man, those Commanders, man. All led by Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. I'm going to be pretty sure with mine, too. I had Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Come on. He comes out the gate with an 87-yard rushing touchdown. That's pretty much all I have to say. Okay.
They're learning to use them, finally.
All right, so write down our hater.
All right.
Is it? I think it's 2. Okay. Do you see mine?
Yeah.
Why?
Whatever. You ready?
Yep. 1,
3,
2,
2, 1. All right, so I picked Devon Achane. Evan picked Brandon Ayuk. Good pick. And Chris picked Jacoby Brissett.
For my hater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
ready to see Drake May.
Achane, what are we doing, bro?
I don't know.
Like, are you that much of a different player when Tua's not playing? Like, when Tua plays, you're you're running all over the place, doing whatever. When Tua's not there, you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
I feel like when Tua's not playing, he should be doing a lot better. I feel like his production should be going up. Instead, it's just not. He's just not doing anything with the rushes he's getting.
Yeah.
And I know the Titans kind of have a decent run defense, but still, I feel like Devon Achane's such we saw this last year, but he's such a great playmaker that I feel like he should have done at least a little bit of something.
Right.
And you screwed me on this touchdown parlay, so whatever.
It's gonna come to bite him.
That's all
And
valid reasoning.
I know I put him as my hater, and I don't. I mean, I do think he'll still eventually perform well, and I hope he does good next week because I have him in fantasy. But this week was not it, bro.
Not it.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I put Jacoby Brissett. I mean, not from a perspective of he should be playing well. I'm almost ready to see Drake May.
Yeah.
And I know, Connor, you're high on Drake May. I mean,
was, yeah.
19 for 32, 168 yards, a touchdown, an interception. Boring. I'm ready. I think the Patriots, because they started off, they got the win against the Bengals. Then they've just kind of been flat, back to normal. But, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see new Drake May, some energy, hopefully make them a competitive football team again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked Brandon Ayuk. And, I mean, the biggest reason why I picked him was because you got a team who's hurt in San Francisco, and you just haven't really been seeing a lot of them, especially a guy who is demanding so much money this offseason. Yeah. You can't go out there and then just have bad performance after bad performance. And I saw he was even going at it with Kyle Shanahan in practice the other day. But
shorts.
You just never like to see that, and just because of that and how he was acting in the offseason, I'm just hating on him.
Yeah.
It's a good hate.
That's fair.
It's a good hate.
All right, should we fly through these week 5 predictions?
Let's go through the week 5. Actually, let's
parlay?
let's go through our parlay first. Let's fly through the
okay.
parlay, and then we'll go through the picks.
My pick for the parlay is Jordan Mason.
Okay.
They've been running the ball with him a lot, and he's been scoring quite often this season. I think he'll get it done.
So you went a little safer route.
Yeah.
Okay. I went Derrick Henry.
Good pick.
And it's a good pick because he's had a touchdown every game so far, but it's also a little worrying because I said that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a safe pick as well.
This is it's not as much of a safe pick, but I went Josh Jacobs again.
Right?
I just see no way that he goes 4. Well, we're already through 4 weeks, 5 weeks without getting a touchdown. Yeah. And I think the Packers are going to see that, and they're going to kind of give him the ball a little bit more. And hopefully they can get into a little bit more positions where they don't have to play from behind, and they can run the ball a lot more.
Yeah, Tony Pollard had a garbage time touchdown today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going with that. A little bit riskier, but I think he'll get it done.
Okay.
Yeah, so the 220 parlay this week
is
Josh Jacobs, anytime touchdown. Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown. Jordan Mason, anytime touchdown.
Went
3 running backs.
Yeah. All right.
Now let's get into our week 5 picks.
All right.
So,
pressure's on.
Week 5. Buccaneers, Falcons. Pretty good game to start off on Thursday.
Ooh.
Division, yeah. I'm going Bucks.
Going Bucks?
Yeah.
I'm going Bucks.
Could be close,
too.
though.
I think, we've been counting, or at least I've been counting the Falcons out a lot, but, I'm going to ride with the Bucks still. I think they got it.
I'm going to go Bucks as well.
Shout out Baker.
Yep, shout out Baker. And we got Packers, Rams.
I think this is an easy Packers win.
Yeah, it's an easy Packers win.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to debate it.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully it's an easy Packers win.
Hopefully an easy Packers win. I mean, the Bears beat them last
That's
week.
what I said based off of that.
And I do think that
all those injuries are going to come back to.
Yeah, they're still hurting the wide receiver.
As long as Jordan Love comes out and plays
I think he shook off the rust a little bit.
Yeah.
He'll be back. And I hope they can have a better kicking performance.
That is true.
Oh, and Jets Vikings in London.
Ooh.
That's an 8:30 a.m. game. I'm gonna be out for that.
I won't be.
Connor will not be.
I'm rocking with the Vikings. I'm gonna keep this train going with them.
Okay.
I really like the Vikings, so I'm not gonna choose against them. But I have a weird feeling. I don't know. I just feel like Rodgers knows the Vikings. I think obviously times are different, but I just feel like the Jets could give them a run for their money more than you think. But I'm still going Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Jets.
Can't choose against Rodgers.
Can't choose against
That's
Rodgers. It's one of his old rivals.
Mm-hmm.
He's got good wide receivers, and the Jets have a good defense, and they have good corners,
Yeah.
which is going to help them a lot because the Packers had a lot of injured corners.
Yeah,
Jair
Jair.
was out, and Carrington Valentine, he's their second guy, so he was out too. So I'm going to take the Jets.
All right.
Ravens, Bengals. I'm going to go Ravens.
I'm going Ravens too.
Colts, Jags. Colts with Joe Flacco.
That's good. That might be a snooze fest.
Might be a snooze
But I'm
fest,
gonna go with the
Jags.
Colts,
Just suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Colts. I want to be different, but I'm not.
Be different, man.
Nah, I'm
Dolphins,
gonna
Patriots. That's a hard one to pick too.
After the
know.
Dolphins' performance today, I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I'm gonna be honest.
Honestly, I'm gonna go Patriots.
But I hope Devon A. Chain.
I'm gonna go Dolphins.
I'm going Patriots.
And there's really no explanation for it other than I'm just feeling it.
This is just a coin toss, honestly.
Browns, Commanders.
Commanders.
I'm going Commanders.
Bills, Texans.
I'm going
Bills.
Bills.
The Texans have been
The
kind of.
Yeah, the Texans.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
Haven't
agree,
looked
Bills.
great.
Panthers, Bears.
I mean Bears, bro. Come on.
Please. I'm going Bears, but I can't handle a loss.
No way you're thinking about
Come
this,
on.
bro.
To me, it's harder just because of the one game with Andy Dalton.
That one game. But then the Bengals, who've had a horrible defense.
Yeah,
shut
that's
'em down.
true. I'm going to go Bears because I think that their defense is one of the best in the league.
Andy Dalton revenge game.
Yeah, part 2.
True. Raiders, Broncos. A Broncos team that just beat the Jets.
What were the teams?
My goodness.
Raiders, Broncos.
I'm gonna go with the Broncos.
Really?
It's in Denver.
Mile high.
Oh, that's a
And I always
gross
say that
game.
the altitude level doesn't play a factor, but it does.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Raiders. I just though
Go Raiders.
I'm gonna go Raiders too because I think that Max Crosby is gonna be a problem for Bo Nix.
I can see
Yeah.
that. I can see that.
I didn't think about that.
Are you changing your pick?
No.
No, I'll stick with the Broncos.
Okay. Cardinals, 49ers.
Niners.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna debate the
Niners.
Cardinals win. 49ers.
Giants, Seahawks.
Yeah,
Seahawks.
Seahawk Tua's.
Cowboys, Steelers.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go.
is this America's game of the week?
I'm going with
This is a 7:20 game.
the Sunday night.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sunday
I said
night?
the Sunday night games have been good.
I'm going with the boys. As in the Cowboys, not my boy
Yeah,
Justin Fields.
Justin
I'm going with
Fields.
the Cowboys.
This is a Jalen Johnson jersey. I just want to point that out for anyone wondering.
Stand up.
Nope.
Yeah,
Not,
turn around.
not
bro.
going to stand up or turn around. I'm gonna go Cowboys too. I feel like but they're kind of injured though on defense. I don't know. I just feel like the Steelers aren't ready for that kind of a primetime win yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go boys.
Going.
He wants to choose the Steelers.
I'm gonna go Cowboys.
Okay.
Saints, Chiefs. You know I'm going.
Chiefs.
He's gonna go. Saints.
Can't bet against Mahomes.
I got
bro.
Saints.
Yep, and that's why
Mm,
you went 7-9, bro.
This is the
Hang
first
on
time
now.
you have the lead, so
if
Shut it over
this
there.
if this was any team besides the Saints right now, who I'm questioning so badly
Yeah.
their identity, I'd go with them. I'm very worried about the Chiefs on offense, which we talked about, but I'm gonna go Chiefs still.
okay. That was the last game, and we're done with those 2-game
Two
Mondays.
nights.
So
All right, good.
That's good.
All right.
That is good.
Well, I'll just jump right into it.
Okay.
okay.
If you guys, lucky treat for those who stay towards the end. Hopefully, you guys stay here, and I'm not doing this just for.
I
them.
will say,
This is
first of all, do you want me to get a garbage?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. You know what? Go ahead.
Okay,
the-
and second of all, I want to say props to Connor for this because this is definitely worse than
Yeah.
mine, for sure. And
Yeah.
he was at the start and we got him, and he was down
I kept
for it.
threatening. I
so.
kept threatening to quit.
Yeah.
This is, if anything, this just shows Connor's
Dedication.
loyalty. Yeah, dedication and loyalty to
Yeah.
the podcast. I'm gonna get a trash.
We
And
definitely.
While they watch me suffer, they will be taste testing the Kevin Durant Prime.
Yeah.
Which
So
make sure you don't drink all of it. I'm gonna need that as
I
kind of a buffer.
kind of want it right now, but I'm not. Shout out Prime and shout out Kevin Durant.
Anyway. With that being said, the punishment today is to. Well, I'm gonna eat a sardine today. I've had fish, not even just sardines, but I've never had a sardine. But I've had fish. Handful of times. Salmon once. I've had shrimp a couple times.
I'm really hoping.
I just want to see.
I'm
What
really
it looks
hoping
like.
these are like the actual fish, and it's not like fillets. Should we try the Prime first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, drink that Prime.
Cherry freezer.
Do you want me to open it up for you?
I got it.
First sip.
It's the. Did you say it was a Kevin Durant Prime?
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Oh my god. Wait, let me see this.
Okay. This kind of smells like soup.
We just wait.
No, you need the. Oh no, they're not like the full fish,
Yeah.
but they're pretty darn close.
Leave the cap open, please.
Hey, how much to drink the?
Zero. Never again, never. I would like to say,
Oh,
Come here,
Rusty.
Rusty.
Uncle wants some of that.
what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm not eating the whole thing.
No, yeah. You
I'm just gonna eat one.
Come here, Rusty.
All right, let's go. You know, I'll pick a big one for
Hey.
you guys.
Come here.
Let's go with this one. Right
Hold
here.
it up to the camera to like.
That might be the whole fish.
You
Pretty
guys can
much
see
except
that
for
right
the
there?
head.
All right. Well, this is what I get for.
Choosing.
You know what?
Devon
You know
H&M.
what? I'm gonna say a Devon H.
Oh my gosh.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. This isn't that bad.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I'm not gonna lie.
God, this was eat another one then. Actually, no. Now you got to drink the water. Drink the water, man. If it wasn't that
I'm
bad.
not drinking the water.
Come on.
Try another one.
Well, I'm
now.
actually gonna go in for another one. Well, this isn't bad.
There's no way.
We should have gotten the hot sauce. Drink the
that
water.
hot sauce would have been bad. All right. That bite went down a little hard, but
All right.
not gonna lie, I would never go out of my way to buy sardines, but for having to do this for the punishment, not bad.
Oh, we
Oh,
failed.
we failed that one.
We
We're sorry,
failed.
guys. We were gonna get him like
We had this
hot
really
sauce.
hot.
Whoa,
sauce.
Rusty, come on, man.
And
Unc really likes sardines, I guess.
Oh my god.
And the Kevin Durant Prime's really good.
Yeah. I mean,
I might have
confident?
backwashed my sardines in there.
You
Well,
can
you
have
can
it,
have
man.
that. You can have that.
Well,
Yeah.
as always, thank you guys for watching.
Yep.
You know, leave us. Oof.
Oh, the aftertaste.
Aftertaste. You know, like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, Spotify.
Yeah.
You know, I said last week we're on Apple Podcasts now.
Yeah.
So wherever you want to listen and watch, you know, if you have questions for us that you want us to answer, let us know. Comment down below. As always, you know, I've been Connor.
I've always been Chris.
And I've
Sometimes.
never been Chris and always been Evan.
Thank you guys for watching 220 Takes Out.